was.
What was you singing to Michael?
I could think I was singing. Dang, I can't. I text y'all what Anita Baker song I was singing to him.
I can't remember.
I got to go back through my text messages.
It's fine.
But girl, it was just like too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in love at that point. You don't have memories like that when you was in love with some little boy
Yeah.
early on in elementary school?
Yeah.
Let your baby come home and tell you that she's singing the song to such and such.
I mean, it's fine. I think she got a little boy crush. Because when we went to the art show, it was this little boy, and she always talks to him. And, like,
don't laugh at your baby.
No. You know, when you're watching people and one person is, like, over enthusiastic and the other person is like, why is she still talking to me? Like, that was the vibe that I got between them.
Don't laugh at your baby.
I can't help it because it was kind of funny. So when we were leaving, she didn't want to leave because they were like, they weren't with any other kids. Like, they were like alone together walking around the art show, which I didn't care.
They were on a date and you didn't know it.
I know. So when I was like, okay, it's time to go, she went to give him a hug and he kind of looked at me like, I ain't gonna give her a hug. And Shady D was like, give me a hug. And I was like, you can't make people hug you.
Right.
You know.
You gonna love me.
Okay.
You don't know it yet, but you gonna love me. Oh, that's cute though.
It was funny.
And he just wasn't quite feeling it.
I mean, you can tell that they are friends, but
in his mind, but in her mind, she dreams about him at night.
She probably does.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Does she ever like be in the back seat talking about him?
I mean, she talks about all her friends, but like him and maybe two other girls are like her crew. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
was
that's
funny.
funny. Yeah. So I'm excited about the concert.
I am
I'm excited
too.
about this summer pretty much.
Yes, I am too. I am counting down to our vacation. I'm so excited.
Where are y'all going?
We're going to Hilton Head.
Oh, yeah. You did say that.
I'm going to do a gullah tour, so I think that'll be
What's
really
a gullah tour?
It's like, have you heard of Gullah Island? That's like one of the first places like that we got off the boat and were sold. Like that was like one of the major ports for slaves.
Okay.
In South Carolina. So they take you on a tour just, to see those places and talk about like the culture because it's like a whole culture down there. So I'm really excited to, have a little history lesson while I'm on vacation since I love South Carolina so much.
And Lady D's not going?
No, she's going.
Oh, okay. So you'll get her and go. When do y'all go?
We are leaving on mid-July.
Okay. Yeah.
So we are going to get into our fairy topic today. I recently did a leadership conference at work, and we had to read an article about having a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And as I was reading the article, I was like, this can transcend past work. Like, we can talk about this in our relationships. We can talk about this in the way that we raise our children. So I'm thinking we're going to do a part 1 on this and focus on the relationship part of it. And then get into the fixed and growth mindset in raising your children. So today we're just, I located another article that focused more on the relationship aspect of it. And it's on bigthink.com. And the name of the article is called Why Mindset is Critical in Successful Relationships. And so the author, Derek Barris, is pretty much pointing out that we spend the first 2 decades of our lives learning useless and irrelevant skills and knowledge, but we don't learn how to deal with a partner, which is pretty much what this show is about. Right. That's what made us think of this show. Like, no one has taught us how to interact, with a loved one, with your significant other. So, having the fixed and growth mindset leads people pretty much to dating the same person over and over again. And you and I both know we have done it, and we know other people who have done it as well. Right. Like, it's like a never-ending cycle because you never really stop to think, like, why
am I dating this same
person
type of
again?
Person? Yeah. Yeah.
So, fixed mindset is one who believes the cards are stacked against them. So they don't even bother to try anything different. Their mindset is also that you're not cut from the same cloth as people who can accomplish the task that you're attempting or that they're attempting. And they always think the stars are not aligned in their favor. And everybody has been like this at some point in time.
Yes.
Yes. Like,
because we all have those little poopy days. It's like, I can't do this.
Yes.
Like, why is such and such so lucky?
Exactly.
I never get a break. I never get this opportunity. So we've all been there.
Yes, we have. So that is a person who has a fixed mindset. And if they continue to have this mindset, they're going to keep getting what they are telling themselves.
Right, because your brain actually, it hears you.
It does.
You have to be careful what you say. So I'm currently working on that because I have to just completely change like what I say out loud and even what I think, but even more so what I hear myself saying about me. So difficult sometimes just because you get caught up in being the same way, like a fixed mindset. So
exactly.
I know that that's something that I'm currently working on. So when you sent this article, I was like, perfect. That's amazing because that's what I'm currently working on.
Okay. And a growth mindset, they always add the word yet to challenges. So this implies action, which can be uncomfortable because every time you're making a change, it does lead to discomfort to get over that change. Like me personally, I don't work out because I can't get over the sore period in starting to work out because I'm so out of shape. So that's my action leading to discomfort. But I need to keep moving from that discomfort.
Girl, and you know what? As I was looking through this, we are working on building a garden in the backyard. And when I tell you I was sore from my waist down, like sore, barely able to move Saturday and Sunday and part of the day on Monday. Girl, I was so broke down. And I was like, I cannot do this. Like, I am so, like, I don't want to do this. And it was just from picking up concrete blocks. And I'm like, why am I so sore? Because you know how they tell
you workout. You got weight and you're moving up and down.
Right. They're like, lift with your legs. And that's what I was trying to do to preserve my back. And I was like, this is awful. Like, I was so sore, and I never take medicine like that. And I had to take some Aleve. My husband's like, you need to take 2. And I was like, I never take 2. Girl, I had to pop 2 of those jokers.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I was so sore. I was like, everything hurts. But my arms didn't hurt. It was just my legs. These little skinny legs I done got now, they ain't real strong. I think I'm losing muscle mass. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about. But back to what we're talking about, a growth mindset.
Yes. So when we take this like in relationships, an example would be with a fixed mindset, you're always thinking like this is meant to be. And it can be tied to everything happening for a reason theory. And it also creates false expectations. And it doesn't help when you have conflicts with your significant other because you're like, what's meant to be will be, you know, or you're living in a fantasy land.
It's not a fairy tale.
And it's not a fairy tale, which this article even says.
Right.
So you want to, just stop and think like, okay, everything doesn't happen for a reason. I mean, a lot of things are God's intervention.
But
I totally believe
I think
that.
everything does happen for a reason. I think all of our steps are ordered one way or another. And so my thought is you have the choice to do right or you have the choice to do wrong.
That's true.
If you go the wrong direction, you have a different set of opportunities that are going to come your way versus going the right way. So I think everything is meant to be. Like I feel like when I'm running late from work and then I realize there's like a really bad wreck that was 5 minutes ahead of me, that could have been me, and maybe that's why I was running late. So I don't agree with that aspect.
Okay.
So
I mean, at times, from time to time, like I would say, for instance, when we were going to Hawaii, our plane was late or delayed. And, everybody was impatient. But when it comes to stuff like that, I'm not impatient about it. Obviously, we're not in the air for a certain reason. So I'm going to go with that.
Right. I'm going with that.
I'm going to go with it. Cool. So I agree with you, for the most part of that. Also, the fixed mindset thinks that their partner's personal qualities are permanent. And they're not.
I think the majority of them are.
Okay.
I'm saying you can't go into it thinking you're going to change somebody.
No. And I mean, even the article says you can't change anybody.
But I mean, you can't. Okay. So a lot of women, And I think men too go into it like, oh, if I work with this person, I'm going to change them. And a person's who they are, regardless.
They are who they are, but they can change if they
want to.
change.
But if they don't want to, you can try all this crap, and it's not going to change the person. You're just going to be frustrated, worn out, and broke down and tired because you done tried to change somebody by feeling like they don't have fixed personality. Yes, your personality is pretty much in place by, 8? So
it's in place, but it can change if you want it to change.
If that individual wants to change.
Yes.
You know, most of these jokers don't want to change. They are perfectly fine with who they are.
That could be well and true. I mean, but I would say I would go into it not thinking that I can change them, but I can point out, you kind of have a fixed mindset. Why don't you let me hip you to this book or this article,
right,
to show you that you are in control of your mindset and you can work to change it a little bit if you would like,
They'll be like, "Nah, I'm cool."
Okay,
like,
and I'll be like, "Well, be cool."
Be cool right over
be
there.
Cool
I'm about to be cool down the street by myself. Sucker.
Yes.
So that's my take on that little point. I was like, well, I'm maybe that's part of my mindset. Like, I feel like sometimes I feel like women probably do it more than men. Is that we go into stuff thinking, oh, I'm gonna change him. I'm gonna make him better. He just needs me to love him good, and it'll be better. And
no,
boo boo. And I see it happen.
It doesn't.
Maybe
work
I need
like
to
that.
stop watching Love and Hip Hop. That's what I watched yesterday. So my perspective might be a little off today.
I have not watched Love and Hip Hop in a long time. But if it's nothing on and I catch it, I'll get sucked in.
Right. It's like watching a train wreck.
It is. Okay, so successful relationships thrive on individual changing. The other has to be on board for what emerges. So, I'm going to go back to the working out. So, if I decide, that I want to work out and I let my husband know, hey, I want to work out, if you would like, you can join me. He has to have a buy-in as well, like what's in it for him. So, you gotta create, not only want to make a change for yourself. If you want somebody else to buy in, you have to give them a reason to buy in to making this effective change.
Right. Be like, we gonna get sexy. I'm gonna get cut up. You gonna get cut up. And like I always say, skinny sex better than fat sex. So let's go on and do this.
And I'm going to put it out there for my husband because I know he listens to the podcast. I really have no interest in working out.
Right, because you're going to be up here on this treadmill real quick. No. But you gotta get that together because maybe y'all could work out together. You got to be of a growth mindset. I need you to grow your mind, girl. Grow your mind. Start working out. Just a little cardio.
I walk.
What, from your car to your office?
I walk around the building, the parking lot at work.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's nice.
I get out, so it's like my mindfulness time along with walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how many steps you get in a day.
5.
No, it's got to be more than that. It takes me about 500 to 700 steps to get ready in the morning.
Oh, okay. I don't have like nothing on me. Like,
your phone keeps up with it.
I know, but I don't have
keep
my
your phone all
on
the
me.
time.
Yeah, it's not that serious. Let's see.
Okay,
so if you're afraid to change, that collides with superiority complex. A victory for your partner is irrelevant if you have not experienced some sort of gain. So if your reaction is not something like good for you, then envy and bitterness will dominate the relationship. So you have to, somebody want to make a change, you got to feel happy about it,
right,
and want to support it. Because otherwise, the bitterness and the envy of it is going to continue on because you're going to be like, well, why they always so happy and feel good? That's
because they're doing something about it. They're getting out. They're doing something that makes them feel good. And you're sitting there being bitter Betty. Get over it.
Yes.
Come work out with me. Get on this treadmill, Daria. Why you mad I'm getting cut up?
I ain't mad you getting cut up. Do you, boo?
Girl, I ain't personally getting cut up. I hadn't lost any more weight in a while, and still ain't ate no chicken wings.
I'm gonna enjoy the reward of it.
Right, because skinny sex is better than big sex. No matter if it's 5 pounds, 3 pounds. I don't, girl, I'm telling you, it's better.
Okay.